Hello all and welcome, and I am the mgtowphilosopher. And in this video, I would like to express my dismay at the continuing insanity of the world and the left's continuing crusade to further divide people and polarize them along identity and race lines. And we have yet another example of that with this nonsense from an elementary teachers union, the Elementary Teachers Federation of Ontario. So, ETFO. So you already can tell they're very fond of acronyms, of course. And here we have the latest insanity. Of course, this stuff is being pushed by teachers. What is it, like 83, 87% of teachers are female, and almost all of them are liberal morons, feminist fools. So, they have inclusiveness training. Yeah, because don't you know there's a lot of lesbians and gays in elementary school. They're not sexually active yet. They haven't even entered puberty. The word sex in regards to having it, the idea of it, it's not really even something that exists within their world. But of course, we need to start pushing them early to understand this liberal nonsense. So, inclusiveness training for the Durham ETFO executive stewards and other interested members, featuring a presentation by Dr. Barb Perry, a woman, of course, calling herself a doctor, probably a sociologist. Of course, you'd have to be a sociologist pinhead to push this progressive nonsense. So we have an acronym I can't even pronounce. LGBTQFFTTTYXZ I. Now, I thought that you were only supposed to use acronyms in most cases when you can pronounce them in some way. But this is getting crazy, okay? LGGBDTTTIBRAAPP. So the left is going out of its way to create ever more categories for people sexually speaking. So number one, we know what a lesbian is. You know what a gay is, although I remember when gay didn't have anything to do with faggots. Excuse me, homos. And gender queer. What the fuck is that? Oh, right. I did a video about a gender queer guy who was this guy with all this facial stubble and long hair, and he was wearing a dress, and he looked like a freak. So a gender queer is like what? Somebody, I don't know what the hell that is. A male that feels feminine but also masculine but more feminine. Oh, God. These new definitions for words. Ever more ways to divide people. Bisexual, well, we know what that is. Yeah. Demisexual. What? I don't know what that is. You know, I'm not so into this progressive bullshit. So some of you out there might be able to inform me on what some of this stuff is. And I didn't feel inclined to go start looking up definitions. I could have done some research, but I could give a fuck. I just want to just comment on the absurdity of this bullshit. And yeah, I'm not so well educated on this LGBTTTTIBRAAPP bullshit in regards to the left's definitions for things. Yeah, because it's not worth my fucking time. It ought not be worth their fucking time either. They should be out doing something productive, like getting a fucking job and working. Oh, but no, let's live on mommy's couch and complain about why we can't get a job because we studied gender studies in college, and nobody pays anybody for that. Demisexual. What the fuck is demisexual? I know Demi Moore. I know Demi, like a demigod. Demi, semi. I know demise. This is the demise of Western culture, by the way. What's demisexual? Transgender. Transgender, transsexual. What the fuck? So you're transgender. Wouldn't you be transsexual too? Or is transgender just about your gender and then you're transsexual? Wait. Transsexual, does that mean you're just into people that are trannies or something? Like if you're a transgender, you only want to have sex with other transgender? Or could you be straight but into transgender people? But if it's a man that's become a woman, wouldn't you just be a straight guy? I don't understand this. Or would you be transsexual if it was a guy that transitioned but still had their cock? This is so confusing. And two-spirit. What is this? Two-spirit. That sounds like something out of like Native American mythology. Two-spirit. We are here to initiate you into manhood. Oh, you're transsexual. Sorry. Womanhood. All right. What the fuck? What is this bullshit? Two-spirit. What the fuck? Intersex. Wait a second. What is intersex now? I thought that was genderqueer. Isn't that somebody who feels genderqueer, like a man that's like feels like a woman but doesn't like alter their appearance and somewhat masculine still somewhat, but intersex is like wouldn't that be transgender or bisexual? And bigender. Wait. So bigender is somebody that is equally man and woman. I thought that was genderqueer. What? You see, the problem with all this stuff, the whole point of all this nonsense is to polarize you along your sexual identity lines, to connect your ego, your id, yourself, as much as possible, as much of you personally speaking, so that you become so invested in these identities that it almost becomes like your life. Okay? You want to talk about dividing people? Well, there's one good way to do it. Create these multiplicity of very specific labels, these very specific categories that only a few people belong to, and then split everybody up into these tiny micro groups. And then you're really only going to be able to identify, communicate with, form some kind of relationship with other people in your group, or that is somehow related to intersectionality, but still, it's divisive. Bigender. Okay, next, resexual. What does that mean? I know that re is like respond, recycle. So what does resexual mean? So you recycle, you get something, and then it gets used again. Response is to a question somebody talks to you. Response. What's resexual? What is resexual? Somebody gives you sex, you give them sex back? I don't get this. What the fuck does that mean? Asexual. I know what asexual. Isn't asexual essentially you don't feel like either gender? Or you have no interest in sex, or it's both? Allies? What? Well, I know what allies are, but I don't know what their means. So, of course, they've added some new weird sexualized definition to allies. Pansexual. I have no idea. I couldn't even guess by the wording. Polyamorous. So polyamorous, I believe, is somebody that wants to be... So polyamorous is somebody that is in essentially a supposed committed relationship, but still wants to step outside of that relationship and get their needs fulfilled. Why is this being taught to teachers? Why are they having inclusiveness training? You know why? So they can teach this crap, these categories to elementary school kids. Yeah, let's indoctrinate these kids early into this bizarro universe of categories, where up is down, left is right, and man is woman. Apparently, this is so bizarre. I don't see what this has to... I mean, of course, it has nothing to do with education. It's just indoctrination. And, of course, you know, education has gone so far downhill that if you were going to go back, say, 100 years ago, a sixth grader had better reading comprehension than kids graduating college now at age 21. And this is why. They're wasting their time on this brain-numbing shit. LGGBDTTTIBRAAP. God. I don't even want to imagine how big this acronym is going to be next year or in 2 years. Let me know what you think of this nonsense, that the left continuing to push this bullshit on us. It's not going to end, you know, guys. It's not going to end. Of course not. Feminists and this bullshit. Anyhow, please like and subscribe and donate to my Patreon if you're so inclined. You'll find a link in the description of this video, as well as the last 20 seconds of this video. So, I am the mgtowphilosopher, and I wish you a good day, everyone. Take care.